Welcome to Josh's OnlyFans once again.
Yeah,
We're going to
awesome.
start over. Let's start.
This is the biggest one we got.
After this,
Mr.
we're starting
Autograph.
over.
So yep, none of us have pants.
No,
Excellent.
No.
No pants.
I kept mine off this time. All
All right,
better
good.
than last time.
All right.
That's the one thing bodybuilding does not help with.
No, I do have my trunks on though.
All right.
Nice.
By the end of the podcast, they will be off.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, so Alton,
Are we
congratulations,
recording
buddy.
or what?
Yeah, congratulations, Alton.
Yeah, thanks a lot. Appreciate it.
Third place.
Congrats, buddy.
Amazing at the Toronto
Congrats.
Pro.
Yeah, buddy.
How you
One of your
feeling?
best ever.
Hi. Oh, great. It was an awesome, like I said, the whole thing was awesome. So, yeah. It was a big class, 9. I was happy to see that. First, I was kind of a little intimidated, but then,
Right.
Went in there to get my tanning done. They had the lists all up, but I kind of expected 4 or 5. And, well, I said, we're going to make a splash.
9.
Big
All
class.
of a sudden, there's 9.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't really get that too much on the East Coast,
No.
especially in like just a like the Masters or even a class.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's a good size class, especially for masters. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Really good size class. Yeah. Yeah.
I tried to last everybody, but there's quite a few guys hung with me this time.
Yeah. No, third's incredible, man. In Toronto, that's a big show, man. That's really good. Congrats, man. Congrats, proud of you.
Yeah, that's fantastic. So, walk us through a little bit of your peak week into show day. Super curious how that went.
Yeah, well, I mean, really, I use a lot of like what Devin's peak week is. That's what I've been using most of the time. He taught me when I was with him. Tweak a few little things and try to dry out early. I sodium load it the first of the week, and
Okay.
I had try to carb deplete, but not right down to 0 carbs, maybe like 60 or 80 by Wednesday. And I could eat an awful lot this time around. That's the biggest difference between, I found, going towards the Gladiators. I was down to 1,700 calories.
So the Gladiators was 6 weeks out post. Was it 6 weeks? Post
There's 8
Toronto?
weeks.
8.
8
Holy
weeks.
shit!
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
what was that like maintaining through 8 weeks?
Yeah, I found this tougher. I found this real tough.
That's
I
crazy.
found like when you're going, I was like 223 when I started for the Gladiators, so it was just like a straight line. Trying to maintain going down to half, 2 pounds a week, and hit a certain target. But where I was already lean at the Gladiators, I had to kind of float a little bit and not push it too far. And I think it actually helped that I decided late to do the Toronto, because it gave you a little time to kind of fluctuate and hold.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Yeah. No, 8 weeks. 8 weeks is a long time. But you know what's funny is when I did the 2018, I did the Gladiator like you did, and 8 weeks later I did the Toronto Pro like you did. So
yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And I came in a lot leaner. Heavier, but it was 8 weeks then too. That's funny. Back in 2018.
Nice. Did you find you could eat more? Because I could eat an awful more. I was up like 20. Wasn't I, Jamie? 25.
Yeah.
700.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I was having cheat meals every day after. Or not every day. Sorry, every week. Every week I was having cheat meals.
Yeah, it's like every day. It's like sounds
every
like
day.
me.
Yeah, not every day. Not every day.
Fucking Josh inside out, never give him money.
Josh maybe.
Yeah.
Not me.
You extra half twice every day, not a cheat meal.
Yeah. But every week I was having one and like leading into that show, and I was still getting just peeled, and I ended up 10 pounds lighter, right? So in Toronto,
Skinless, I remember that.
So for people that are watching, kind of have an idea why your body does that, but so if you're coming in and you do a show, then like you're feeding yourself more and more and more, but you're getting lighter and lighter. What's going on?
Well, I'd like that.
What's that?
Maybe Devin's pretty good at that. I know Devin's pretty technical at that stuff. But.
Yeah. Well, your metabolism gets completely cranked right up, right? so you're burning more calories than ever. So you can eat more food, as we do with like Alton, we did with you, and Josh, we do with you, right? Like we cut cardio out, up the calories, stuff like that, because your metabolism's going so fast, you can eat way more food, right?
Yeah.
If you don't eat more food at that point, you're going to be flat as a pancake on stage.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I think that was, and I've experienced that for my first show when I did the St. John show into the Atlantic.
Oh yeah, when you're 120 on stage.
Yeah. It was horrible. But that was my first show. I had no clue what I was doing. No clue.
And I didn't either.
Yeah.
That was way back in the day, man. That was like 13, 14 years ago.
Yeah. I will pull up. I still have diet plans from 2013 or 2000.
You really?
My first. Yeah, I still have those diet plans.
Yeah, you gotta show me.
Them up. They're absolutely horrible.
Send me those. Send me those.
They're so bad.
They're probably such low calories, right?
They're so bad. No fat, low calories.
Yeah, compared to now. Yeah.
It's so different.
Compared to now. Yeah. I just found my I had a picture. Someone made up like a picture in a frame, and like, remember we used to have the CDs for the show?
Yes. Yeah.
We used to have to bring in our CD. Yeah. So I'm selling my house, right? It closes like in 2 days. So I was cleaning out the basement today, and I found that picture someone did for me from 2005.
Nice.
2005. Yeah, we used to, but he put like the CD in there. We used to have to bring in the CD of our song
with our music. Yeah, instead of
like
downloading our
music.
drive.
Yeah. So
Andy was handing out cassette tapes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how old I am.
His
You hand the
rap
record
cassette
for
tapes.
45, if you know what that is.
So how was the flight, Alton? When did you?
Oh, like everything really went well for us to travel. Jamie and I traveled together. We went up together, and
excellent.
we flew out of Fredericton, a couple-hour flight. A little bit hectic. We weren't real sure how to get from. We landed in Toronto Island Airport. We had to get over toward Pearson, but we ended up finding a way, talking to people, asking. Everybody seemed real friendly, and we took We took a shuttle from Toronto Island Airport to Union Station. There we took a rail car to Pearson Airport. From there we took a cab to the Air Motel. I think that was kind of like planes, trains, and automobiles.
Good grief, yeah.
And you could probably throw a rock and hit the motel from the airport too. So it's just round.
Oh, that's okay, cool.
Yeah.
Cab
cost what, $28 to get there, and I think we spent $12 all the way back.
Right, yeah.
So we decided to walk down to the weigh-ins too, right? And we didn't think it was really that far. And we took off, and it became quite far. Elton was pretty dried out.
Yeah.
After a bit, there, he said, let's just get him there because fuck, we'll have to get home some other way. We ain't doing this again.
I bet he was pretty gassed. Yeah.
Throwing one leg in front of the other. Yeah.
Josh, we'll be there soon, buddy. We'll be up there in Toronto soon.
Yeah, I think it's at the same place.
Doing nationals. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Good.
Devin and I are going up together.
When's that? When is it?
It's the 7th of October, I believe.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
What show is that?
That's the Canadian Nationals.
Toronto Nationals, Canadian Nationals.
Oh, right on.
Yeah.
So that will be fantastic.
Qualify you for the Olympia, and
that's the plan.
You'll have one hell of a year, man.
Yeah. Then I'm hanging up the trunks.
Columbus, Gladiator, Canadian Nationals, and Amateur Olympia. That's quite a year. Yeah.
If I make it.
You'll make it. You'll make it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I will.
Maybe I'll join you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, he didn't commit yet, Josh?
Was that Devin?
Yeah. You
Classic?
just said you two.
I'll do
maybe
I'll do
you
the
might
flex.
go and compete.
Maybe I'll do the flex first.
Do the flex.
I'll do the flex first.
I might just do the flex and walk. Yeah.
In men's physique, maybe. I don't know. We'll see. I can.
You must be soon be a master, eh, David? You soon be 40?
Bar Talk is definitely not brought to you by Mutant, but it is brought to you by me, Jacked Josh. So if you want to get your hands on some Sharkberry All-In, head over to iammutant.ca and use my code JoshuaT20. Pick it up, save you some money, and get jacked with All-In. One of the best pre-workouts on the market right now.
Yeah, I'm 38. Just turned 38 not too long ago, so I'll be 2 years till Masters. Yeah. Almost there.
You'll get there.
Yeah, you get there. We hope so.
We'll see.
We hope so, yeah.
Yeah. We hope so, yeah. Yeah, I know, right? Hopefully I make it there. Some close calls, but...
Go ahead, Jamie.
Go ahead. No, Josh, go ahead.
I was going to say, Alton, so what was, so you weighed in, right?
I didn't have to weigh in because no weight class, but I took scales up and
yeah,
made my weight all the time.
So, I mean, sorry, not weighed in, but you went and checked in.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when you were there, I always find check-ins, I hate it. I just hate being around other competitors before the show. Yeah. I just look around and I just fucking judge myself and judge everybody, and I'm just like, oh my god, that guy's huge, that guy's huge, that guy's face, he doesn't have skin, and I'm just like freak myself out. I'm so bad at that. I don't know if you guys or Alton, you have that same kind of issue, or you just don't even care.
I have in the past, but honestly, this time here, I was just really focused on myself, and I tell you, Jamie's girlfriend, Darla, she's a pretty good motivational speaker there and knows a bit about that kind of thing and how to focus in on yourself. And that's all I did was focus in on myself, didn't look at anybody else. And I knew I was in great shape, knew I was going to bring the best package. And I was really confident. I'm not saying I was going to be confident as how I was going to place, but I knew I was going to bring as good as I could bring. And
you were going to bring what you wanted to bring. You did.
I knew I was.
And you brought it.
Yeah.
You brought it, buddy. You brought it.
Yeah.
You look fantastic. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You look great.
And just having Jamie there too. Like, I know I'm really, really sorry, Jamie, that you didn't get to step on stage, but it was
oh yeah.
But like just being there to support Alton then is amazing, and having I think that would be a little bit more of a stress relief too, right?
It was. I got to enjoy it a little bit better, and I was just so excited for him. It was amazing to watch him go. Like at first we seen 9 in the class. We said, "Oh, all right, we're gonna focus on and let's make top 5. Do a routine, blah blah blah." And then all of a sudden, no. Once we seen him up there, no, we're in the race. Yep. So and then when they called 4th, I said, "Oof, here we go."
Right.
He was in there. So I was just as ecstatic as his was. I was over the moon, joy for him. Yeah, and it was fun. I found I had a backstage pass, and I hung out. And we hung out with everybody, and yeah, it was a lot of fun. Yeah,
I gotta give big to Jamie there. Honest to God, if he had to been there and he hurt his bicep, I was the one supposed to go up and support him. I wasn't even going to be thinking about competing. Right, I was going to go up and do what he did for me. And then somebody mentioned, well, you're going up there, you're flying up, you got the room paid, you may as well compete at the same time. So I did.
And you stayed lean out, right? You didn't want to. You didn't want to be out of shape going up. You wanted to look good, eh? So he was still in awesome shape when he decided to go.
And he's down for
he came in even lighter.
Yeah, but he put all his focus on me, and he looked right after me. I was up there, and I smudged my tan. I'm kind of backward. I don't like to ask somebody to redo something. He'd say no. He said he went over to the girls, got them to fix my tan up. He put oil on me.
Nice, good.
It's so crazy that you couldn't even tell. It wasn't me. He ran over and he said, "You're putting more oil on him." I said,
well, his glaze was so dry. His skin was so dry. He was so dry.
Just soaked it right up.
Soaked it up. Yeah. I touched him and I wanted just a little bit of a shine, so you could a little tiny bit, nothing real oily looking, but just that little shine. And he had none of it. He was still dry. So I said, no, we're not. We're going out. We're in the running here. We're going out for. So we were getting it done no matter what. And the girls seen it just as soon as I said it. They went to him. Yeah, your skin's soaking that right up. So they were more than obliged to do it. Yeah.
You would have my skin out like that. Would you count to about 5 before we go back in? It was just
They grabbed the skin, pull it out, and it was just. I almost had to put it back in place.
You're like, oh no.
Yeah.
But my point, that's my whole point. Was Jamie didn't cash in or pretend to be interested. He just he took right over and looked right after me. I really appreciate it. And hopefully next year,
lucky.
Yeah.
It's nice having that support. Yeah, for sure.
We'll go do it again, buddy. We'll go do it again next year.
And it would have been hard for both of us to do it at the same time, honestly, because you could. Now that I've experienced it, because you really do need somebody to. Yeah. Pictures of me. He's getting like Mark said. Oh, go over that. See the veins there. He was more excited than I was.
It makes it so much more fun.
Yeah. Honest to fuck, boys, he got up there one time from the bed, and I thought for sure it looked like he did. Nowhere to lie. Griscusberry. He had veins everywhere. He was polluted.
I bet.
And I just, holy fuck. I said, we got to go get some good light. And it did. Even the pictures didn't do him justice. No.
Yeah, that's what I said to him. I said, pictures don't even do you justice. When you see you in person, it's like grainy, right?
Yeah.
Alton gets grainy as fuck. Yeah. So
it's
pictures
wild.
don't do him justice. Yeah. No. I bet he looked insane up there.
He was phenomenal.
Yeah.
But it was fun.
Job, buddy.
I love it. I love it. Same as if he was competing or I was competing. I mean, the only difference I didn't get on stage but I loved every minute of it. I loved taking pictures of him and watching him, the weight dropping down and drying up and holy fuck.
Just watching it happen.
It's so exciting, right?
Yeah.
It is, yeah. It is fun. It's especially as a coach, it's really fun too, like watching that process. Yeah. I mean, that's why I got into this. Coaching
and he made all decisions of his peak and what he was doing, and he made all those decisions. I was just there to support whatever decision he made. I was there to support it, and I mean if he said something stupid, which he never does, I would let him know that maybe my opinion wouldn't be to go that way, but no, he was making all the decisions and he had it right on the point, and he never missed a beat. We were. Tell him the story with the rice, Alton. Because, I mean, we were limited up there. We in walking, it was 20 minutes drive to a grocery store. Oh. So what we had is what we had. And, I'll tell one story, Alton. You tell the rice story downstairs, but I'll tell the one. We went in after the venue, after the morning show, and we needed rice cakes. Or it was before the morning show, either one. But anyway, we went into this little side shop at the Delta where the show was. And he seen some rice cakes there. 2 bags of rice cakes. Holy fuck, couldn't believe it. So we'd never seen rice cakes since we left home. So I went in. He was going to get a couple of bags of rice cakes. I was going to pick up a water. I was back to the cooler, and the shop would only be the same size as a living room or something like that, right? I went back to the back cooler, grabbed my water, and I started up towards the front desk, and I heard him say, what? $20, $22? Just as soon as he said $22, I pivoted on my heels and put my water back because I know that fucker would have been $15. Honest to God, $10, $11 for a bag of rice cakes.
Yeah.
Holy!
We did get one. Yeah.
Wow.
So he was limited, but anyway, tell him the story about the rice and you adding the rice, and the cup and a half, and what was going on there, Alton. That was quite a thing.
Yeah, I had packed all my food. I think I packed 15 meals, and I vacuum sealed it with a floor bag, and that works really well. I don't know if anybody's traveling how they do things when they travel, but that was awesome. I put on my carry-on bag. I got 15 meals in a little cooler bag, and it was great. But I was a little shy on rice. I was getting worried about that. I didn't want to change. I didn't want to change what I had been eating along with my diet. It was pretty well just 80% rice, oats in the morning. I never even ate potatoes. So anyway, I went downstairs. I ordered some rice downstairs at the restaurant, but it was $30 for 6 cups of rice when I could have got the dollar store. It did matter to me. I needed it. It was for the show. I would have paid $100 for it, to be honest.
Yeah.
And they knew it. They knew it too.
And they knew it. Yeah.
Yeah. They could see it in your face, your sunken face.
Yeah.
We were at the breakfast. The morning of the show.
What'd you do, Alton? What'd you do? Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Jamie.
Go ahead.
we went down for breakfast there, had some pancakes or whatever. Or we never had pancakes because when there we got a buffet. It was what was working right at the time. So anyway, I had to go use the washroom, and we were ready to go. And the woman thought it was included in our room, the buffet. Right. Anyway, she come back. Elton said, when I come back, Elton said it wasn't included in her room. And I said, okay, how much was that? He said, $40. I said, well, that's not too bad. $20 a piece for, a buffet, right? He said, no, $40 a piece. I couldn't believe it. I said, $40 for those few pieces of toast and a bacon. I said, oh my God.
Wow. I would have went back up to my room and grabbed some Tupperware and started filling it up, man.
Never thought. I never thought.
I was like, holy hell. Like,
What'd you do different this time for peak week, Alton? Did you do anything different than usual? Or
no, not really.
Before, like for the Gladiator to now, to Toronto? Or
no, pretty well the same.
Process?
No cheat meal. No cheat meals, just out rice and had a cup. Drank water. Well, I cut the water out a little earlier. I did. I cut
water a little earlier. Yeah.
Cut the water
just in case for the flight. You didn't.
Well, I noticed on the Gladiators, I thought I was drier in the morning, a little bit drier. I wanted to get that nighttime look, so I thought maybe I'd back up. That for the Gladiator, I'd stop drinking water around 6, and then just have.
You were drier at nighttime. You mean?
Yeah, I was drier at nighttime at the Gladiator.
Yeah,
so
Yeah. Okay.
So I thought I'd
cut
back
water
it
a little
up.
earlier then.
Yeah. So that's the only thing. I didn't have any cheat meal or anything like that. We had something the morning of the show. I had like 2 pieces of French toast. That was it. But I didn't have any ham. No, it was exactly the same. Had a cup of water with each meal and some with half salt. And,
yeah, you kept your water and your salt going right through though, right?
Yeah. But just with the meals. Yeah.
Just with the meals. That's right. Yep.
Just with the meals. Yeah. I drank about 6 liters on Friday up till about noon.
Did you do the measuring the sodium potassium stuff?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
I get quarter.
Yeah.
Quarter of each on
when
that
you
day.
When you cut your sodium, right, you can't carb up. It's a problem.
No. Yeah. You can't
when you cut it completely, right?
Yeah, it doesn't
you can't
work
carb up at all. So.
at all.
No. So.
Yeah.
I think that's the reason a lot of people put that hamburger and stuff meal in is because they deplete themselves of the sodium. They're trying to get that in there at night.
Yeah, it's like a last resort kind of thing.
It's like a drying out phase that happens, and then they go with a salt load after that. Yeah. After you're ready.
Everything is more measured this way. I don't have to worry. Like if something happens, I can add water, or it's a little bit easier to fix.
Yeah.
And the creatine too from the red meat too helps fill you out a bit.
Elton, tell them the story about the rice, adding the rice and what was doing to your stomach. That was the story I was wanting you to tell.
Oh yeah, well yeah, I
and we fixed it.
Half a cup of rice, and the carb up I was up to a cup and a half, and it was bloating me up.
Was this before morning, in between shows?
This was
Friday.
There's the whole carb up process, really.
Okay.
While I was dieting, I was eating about half a cup of rice all along per meal.
Okay.
And then for the carb up, I was eating a cup and a half of rice. Yeah, my stomach wasn't quite handling it. I trusted it. It would it would go down about an hour and a half, but for about an hour and a half, it was really hard. I couldn't pose my abs and stuff. Yeah. So I backed it up to just 1 cup and take that half cup to really fix it actually.
Yeah.
So like
you went from a cup and a half to a half cup.
I went to a cup and a half.
To a cup. Yeah, that's a good idea. That's what I usually do too. Like, I mean, if someone's bloated, you're definitely going to want to drop the carbohydrates and sodium down. I mean,
and that's what I like about that process. You just take a little bit out, you can tweak it, and it'll make a huge difference, right?
When we were there, we were limited with any food, so we couldn't change any food, right? He still had to go with the same food he had, and he timed it too. Yeah. He timed it. He knew. He was telling me. He said, "This is going to just be about an hour," and he timed it, and all of a sudden it was flat again every single time that he had that cup and a half, and about an hour or so. So even if if he was timing it well too, he knew when it was going to stop, and just the minute he cut it back to a cup, it digests well then.
Nice.
So
he knows his shit at this point.
Yeah.
What
show is this for you?
Obviously.
What show is this for you? What's that? Sorry.
How many?
I was just saying, you get into your own body after a while, you pretty well know what it's
Yeah.
going to do, right?
What
Yeah.
show is this for you? How do you?
I really haven't counted. I think Tijon knows better than me. I think he said it was like 13 at the Gladiators. So I next one, that's 14. I did a couple
Wow.
when I was younger. I did one when I was not in, I think, in 1993, the Moncton Invitational. Then I waited 10 years, did another one in 2003. And then I think it was 2013, I think I did. That's when I started back.
Right. Okay.
And I took a pretty good run there.
Yep, it was straight on through then.
Yeah.
Now it's 2023, so maybe that's how it goes, eh?
Right.
1990.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The last 10 years, yeah. Yeah.
And Elton, you had a 10-year break too from training and dieting and the whole nine, right?
Yeah.
You know,
Early, from when I was 33 till about 41, yeah.
Do you remember what kind of got that switch that got you back into competing?
Yeah. Yeah, the guy in the middle here, Jamie, probably. We worked together for about 11 years, and I get off track. Well, I shouldn't say I knew in 2003 I got married. I think in the previous year. I could see that I was going to have to take some time off, so I wanted to compete in 2003 and get that in my system, and then put my focus on helping the family out, bringing the kids up, and
Right.
we had a small trailer at the time, and we had some struggles. So anyway, I got through that, and I worked, but I stopped training pretty well altogether, and get up to about 240 pounds, sloppy. And Jamie he'd be there, and he'd say, "Oh, you're going to get back at it, and someday you'll be back on stage." And I'd say, "No, I don't think so. I think I'm done." Yeah, and but he had faith in me, and
I kept tormenting him.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and
That's
after
so
a while,
nice.
I went to one of his shows, and he would send me pictures, and God, I said, "Geez, he looks good." And I remember it's the show Danny Drover won. He won the overall in it. That was
Atlantic, yeah.
Yeah,
That must have been 2012, yeah.
yeah, and he looked phenomenal, and that got the bug there.
Oh, that one, yeah.
That show there, see Jamie, and I turned around, and that same Christmas, my mother she gave me a membership to the gym. I said, "Well, if your mom's giving you a membership,
If your mom buys you gym membership,
Because your mama loves you no matter what.
Time to get back. Yeah.
Jamie helped me out, and I was 242. We turned it around in a year. I dieted year round. I don't think I cheated a day that year hardly. Me and Jamie texted
I don't think
every
so.
day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
174.
174 was it? Yeah, I had to get under 176.
right?
Yeah, so,
174.
Yeah,
And what 174?
yeah. So 70 pounds off in a year.
Holy smokes!
Pretty well transformed. I mean, like,
Yeah.
should have kept it.
Wow.
Right.
There was muscle memory too. Like,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I got the bug. Kept on going. Just kept on. Always thinking you can be better, right? So that's what it's all about.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So yeah, no.
When did I reach out to you, Alton?
2017. I'll always remember that.
2017? Yeah.
That was 2017. My nephew had just got
Right.
in an accident.
Right.
Right. So and then Jamie, we can hear everything.
Yeah.
Can't hear
Me,
nothing. What?
And my son and I were
Hi over there.
Oh,
in a
Yeah,
little
no.
trailer.
I'm just
And
hanging
I
out, boys.
heard the phone, and here was Devin Trenham. I didn't even know Devin. All I knew was he's a great bodybuilder, right?
Right.
Yeah, that's all I do. And I met him and shook his hand a couple of times. I don't know if he remembers. And I woke up and he said, "I always liked your physique. I'd like to work with you for a while." And what worked for him. And I kind of felt bad a few weeks after Thomas had got killed. But everybody said, "No, go for it." And so anyway, maybe that was 2018. I can't remember now because 2018 was the year. Yeah, it was 2018. Yeah, it was 2018.
2018. Was it? Yeah.
'Cause we went to the run because I did turn out really good for that one too. So
Yeah.
we pushed it.
St. John, New Brunswick.
Yeah,
New Brunswick, St. John. New
Yeah,
Brunswick. Yeah.
That was
And then
good.
Gladiator. Yeah, we did a Gladiator together and stuff. Yeah.
Devin,
No, that was awesome.
Devin, that whole period with Devin is really what I picked up what my focus was, the dieting and the prep
Right.
and all that. Put me over the
That
edge.
really kind of like set the
Thanks,
tone.
buddy.
Yeah,
like
yeah. It was the
took-
basis of my thought process as far as peaking and dieting.
No, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So I'm just really curious on what it was like on stage, and what was the stage like? How was it? How was it backstage? Was everyone super nice? Was it kind of like, or was it a little different than like East Coast? Competing in the East Coast, everyone is like we all kind of know each other, and everyone's like super friendly. And
Yeah.
what was your experience like that for like such a big show?
I thought, well, you don't, like I said, you don't know everybody, you're not as familiar, that's for sure.
Right.
But at the same time, the guys are all super nice. They're all good guys that I met at backstage. And the production,
me
I was
too.
less intimidated there than I was at the Gladiator. Yeah.
Oh,
it was a big,
really?
like Gladiator's a big production,
Yeah.
nice production. And up there, I was, I didn't find it any bigger, actually. I found it maybe less stressful. And when I came out on stage, where I see Jean LeBlanc, he was sitting there next to I kind of had somebody familiar to focus on right off the bat.
Nice.
And Jamie was over in the corner. And the only but the lights were on, that was a little bit off.
You
Like,
can see everyone, yeah.
Kind of like the host lights were on, and you
Yeah.
can see the whole crowd. That'd
You
be
see the whole crowd, I focused on a few people. But no, I did find it intimidating. I thought it was good. As far as the Gladiators, I remember backstage the Gladiators, especially particularly this last one. I found that really pumped me up there. The big production and the skating.
yeah. I don't.
Oh yeah.
I don't think the Gladiators in Atlantic gets enough credit.
Oh,
Like
No.
for like throughout the CPA and like
yeah.
we're barely. It's never mentioned really.
Mm.
I don't really hear about it. But like,
And it's a huge
has,
production, like you said. Like it's a
like
huge
I've never
production.
seen such a like an amazing
Mm.
stage lighting, the
Yeah.
production value, like
Yeah.
Yeah.
You feel like a celebrity, right?
oh yeah, even when it's just the Atlantics, it's still amazing, right? You go like I've seen the Toronto Pro stage. You had like the backdrop and the host lights were up and it was like bright.
Yeah.
And like they probably just called your name out, did your thing, and left, eh?
Yeah, that's what I mean. You're more just a number there. That's the only thing I was worried about is that down here, everybody knows, if I was late or something, they'd say, oh, get a hold of Alton, text him, get here now. The thing that was bothering me the most is that I want to be on time because I do always just a number. They didn't care if I showed up or not.
Right.
Really, at the end of the day. So I thought as far as backstage, like I said, I wasn't no pressure there at all. And even on stage, I felt comfortable. I used the same routine and I was
Good.
really, I was really confident in my look. That helps. When you're confident in your look, I think that helps stage presence and everything like that.
Your stage presence is so much better when you're confident with your look.
Yeah, exactly. I don't even have to try.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And I agree too. Like the Toronto, like I did the Gladiator and Toronto Pro. The Toronto Pro was way less. Like the Gladiator had way more presentation to it, I guess.
Oh yes, yeah.
Than Toronto Pro, right?
Yeah.
It might not be as big a show, but that the
Should
stage
be.
presence they bring and the presence they bring to that
Yeah.
show, the Atlantics, is really good. I agree.
Yeah, for sure. Awesome. So then, so what was your initial feeling when like they called your name? When you got back and then you did your routine for the night show and then they had you all lined up and then
we had it all lined up. And like Jamie had said, there was 9 people in it, and when you're backstage, everybody looks, it's pretty close. You can
right. You can't really,
you can't really say if you're better than somebody else unless it's really obvious. And even then, I don't.
Yeah, it's hard
I was
to tell.
for the top 5. I was pretty confident I'd be in the top 5, and then I really like to have top 3 because that's when you get the
right.
nice medal, right? So. So I heard the 5th and the 4th, and then when 3rd, I honestly don't know if I would have been any happier. I know I would be if it had been 1st, but when I heard 3rd, I was pretty stoked. Top 3, big class, and they were good. And even I was glad too. Even the 2 guys that placed 1 and 2 backstage, I did have them picked if there was anybody going to give me trouble, it would be those 2 guys. So that kind of.
And that was kind of it, yeah.
Yeah, that kind of helps too. So, but no, I was really really happy. Jamie said you didn't look. You don't look too excited. That's what I
I was jumping out of the
That's Alton on stage. That's Alton.
Yeah.
He's humble.
Do you have any comparison photos yet?
No, I don't. No, waiting for them.
No, no one sent you any, or you weren't able to grab some?
No, nothing really that wasn't.
Right. Yeah.
We got the stage photos, and I expect I'll get some here shortly.
Probably. Yeah. That usually takes a while. But.
Yeah.
Did any East Coasters win? Nobody won from East Coast, did they? This weekend.
Sebastian Burton's his girlfriend. She won her class, and I think she missed out in the and she just missed out in the overall.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I don't think any of our people got the pro cards, but
no, a lot of people got third or
second
or higher back.
And he got 6 at 18. I mean, that's huge. Antoine got 6 at 18 people.
Yeah.
I mean, that's.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
No,
I heard.
Yeah. That guy.
Like even Sarah got like third and second, which
So like that's
a lot of people
incredible
thought
too.
she was gonna get a pro card. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, it's insane.
This year, so it must have been a crazy show, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's 200 something.
And Antoine looked insane. So 6th place is.
Yeah. He must have suffered a lot to get to where he was.
Yeah, must have been a good lineup.
I didn't mention only the top 5 got to pose. That was one of the other things.
Yeah.
Do the routine.
Oh, right. Yeah.
One of the reasons why I really wanted to crack that top 5.
Yeah, to get up there a little bit more, for sure.
Yeah. For sure.
Yeah. No. That's been.
Actually, Robin Strand placed 4th in the pro show.
He looked great.
He won his pro card the year I did it back in 2018.
Okay.
Yeah, so he kicked my ass in the amateurs in 2018. 6'2", 270 pounds, something like that.
He's a big boy.
I went against him in the overall, and then he turned pro, and then he went. Our finals was Saturday morning or something like that. Yeah, Saturday morning. It was a morning finals. And then later that night was the pro show, and Robin went into it, placed like 8th out of 28 pros. Yeah. Just won his pro card that morning.
Oh,
yeah, but he just placed
8th.
He just placed 4th though on the weekend in the pro show.
Yeah, he looked amazing, didn't he, Jamie?
Yeah.
Did he? Yeah. He's a big boy. Yeah, he's a big boy. Yeah, that's pretty cool seeing him get 4th. I mean,
it's like him and Morgan, and then
how did Morgan make out?
Morgan got 6th.
Elton, do you know?
Morgan got like 12. No, Morgan got like 12th. I think.
Yeah, I got 12.
12?
Something like
12, I think. Yeah.
6.
Your first pro show, he'll go back at her and put some size on. And
he looked good. He looked better than ever, man. He looked really good. He's doing Vancouver in 6 weeks, so.
Yeah,
he looked great. Yeah.
Oh, he was peeled. He was peeled. Just a little more size.
Yeah, he looked amazing. Yeah. He looked amazing. It's just it's a pro show, right? So it's going to be a different ball game.
It's like you got Ian and all those guys in there, and
why is that? Oh my God, he's wanting.
Ian must have looked crazy, huh? Did he?
Yeah. I tell you, Muhammad, Mustafa, is that his name? Was it the guy that got 2nd?
Right.
Yeah.
He's got a lot of muscle hanging off him.
He's ridiculous.
Ridiculous. Yeah.
Couldn't even see his kneecaps for the quads hanging down over top, the teardrops. Nowhere to lie.
Would you have had him winning? Would you have had him winning?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. He was conditioned enough. There wasn't that much difference. And,
no.
Yeah. I like Ian too. I'm a big Ian fan, but.
Yeah, me too. But yeah.
Yeah. And I like what's that guy's name? Ross. I really like his shape once he gets a bit more size. The guy that got 3rd.
Oh,
he won the pro.
Here we got.
Ross Catley.
Here we got this here. There's these guys.
Is that the pros? Pro show? No. Who's that?
Yeah, there's Morgan.
Oh yeah.
There's Ian.
Joe Seaman's there. He's big boy. Joe Seaman got 5th, I think.
Who did?
Joe Seaman.
Okay. Good.
Yeah.
5th? Yeah.
There
They
we
all
go.
look better
Yeah, I thought it was-
every
I thought it was cool to see Robin get 4th, though. That was pretty. Yeah,
Yeah.
he looked great. There's Robin there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he was the one who won the overall. He got his pro card the year I won.
He looked amazing.
Well,
He could have you could have made him for him getting 3rd.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he looks great there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
Which one's he? Which color trunk?
He was in the last video.
Oh, okay.
Robin's the guy right there in the
Big smile.
To the
Big
left.
smile.
to the left. Yeah, to the left.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's huge.
Yeah. He's massive. He was like
You could've-
when he
you
won
could've
his
beat
pro card. When he won his pro card, I think he was like close to 270.
Great. That's awesome.
Yeah.
You get to stand next to that, eh? That's wild.
Right.
Yeah, I had to stand next to that. He could have held me in his arms. I looked like a little baby next to him.
That's great.
Yeah.
No.
Julian did well too. He looked good in the physique. Julian Dolly.
Oh, Julian. Yeah. Did he?
Where's that
Yeah,
one?
he-
Who's
Yeah, 4th.
Oh, Julian's doing physique now, classic.
No,
No.
Oh, just men's
No.
physique. Okay.
just
okay.
men's physique. Yeah.
Oh, he didn't win. He didn't. What did he get?
4th.
There's a cool
Fourth.
picture of Morgan.
Yeah.
Oh, 4th.
Oh, that's cool.
Because Julian won that show before.
Yeah. 2019.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he went to the Olympia. Yeah.
He's got some bubbly, nice muscle though. Like he'll.
Julian.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a great pro. Yeah, he's amazing.
Yeah.
Especially for men's.
Does anybody hear how Alyssa made out? Alyssa Coppolino? Or St. John Pro? She did it, I think.
I never
No.
know. I know. I never
No.
heard.
No?
Have not.
Pro or amateur?
She's pro.
She's pro.
Bikini.
Do.
Is she bikini or
She's
Wellness?
physique.
physique? Okay.
Women's physique.
Oh, in physique. Yeah, I'm not sure.
We watched it. We watched that.
Yeah.
Did ya?
I don't know. I didn't know the names of them. So
Yeah, no, I'm not too sure. To be honest.
Those girls
Sorry.
were-
No, sorry. Wellness.
I gotta grab a charger. One sec, boys.
Yeah.
Yeah, all the scorecards around.
Yeah, I
I
was
grab my charger shoe. Right back.
I went through and tried to find some of the scorecards for it, but I could not. It's not yet. It's probably a little too soon.
Well, I seen all the men's scorecards today, even my own.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I couldn't find it. But, all right. There we go. Cool. No, but so what's the plan now, man? You resting for a year,
Myself,
or you? What's the plan? You resting for the year? Or you coming back at it?
I don't know. I'm not gonna make any plans. So obviously, I'm gonna retire, and obviously, all I'm gonna do is go back and keep training, and always keep trying to improve, whether I compete or not, and then go support Jamie next year, watch him qualify, and cheer him on, same as he did for me. But
Yeah, I'll be
I don't
doing the
really
same
have
thing. Supporting.
to go.
Yeah.
I don't have any other aspirations. This was never even my dream to go to Toronto, to be honest. The Gladiators was my dream.
So you fulfilled your dream, and this was just a little bit extra,
Yeah, so this was more of an opportunity presented itself,
right?
and I was able to take it. I'm glad I took it as experience, and kind of validated a lot of stuff for me, like the hard work, and because I never won a show or anything like that. I've got a lot of seconds and played, things like that, but kind of validated that I put in the hard work and earned my stripes at the end of the day.
You're running amongst the top people in Canada, right? So
yeah. Took me a little while, but I started late, really.
Yep.
Yeah.
I was more of a weightlifter first, and I started out just lifting weights to hang out with the guys, and I turned into a weightlifter, and then it wasn't until the 40s really where I was a bodybuilder. So.
Right. Yeah, when you started living the lifestyle and putting in that work.
Yeah.
So you keep trying to deny who you really are, and then you just I'm going to be who I am, who I'm meant to be, and that's really a guy that likes to live this lifestyle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
what do you think, Jamie or Alton? Question for you: when you're backstage, how do you feel backstage? Like when you're back there, when you look around at the rest of the guys in your class, do you feel like do you know who you're going to beat? Like when I was competing, I always thought I looked like shit. I always thought, okay, this guy's going to kill me. I might win the whole show, but this guy's going to kill me. This guy looks better than me. That was always my thing. How did you feel backstage?
This particular time?
Yeah, like looking around at everyone. Yeah.
This particular time, I thought it was very close. I thought it was pretty close to call. I said it could go either way. I thought I was more heavily muscled and as lean as anybody. But I know I don't. Maybe some attributes I don't. I don't really wide structure. I see the guy with like wide clavicles. So I said he probably could give me trouble. And then there's the shorter guy that actually won. He had a pretty decent shape, but I knew he had won previously. Quebec, so had some momentum behind him. As far as nobody intimidated me that way. As far as size or muscle, I knew I thought I could hang with everybody. Really, I didn't. You got to see everybody. See it once I see the pictures more, but I thought I could hang with any of them.
Right.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's where like the confidence came from and the posing and like being on stage.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I've never liked that backstage. I always think everyone's gonna kill me.
I always feel tiny.
What's that?
I feel like I'm like the smallest guy in the show every time I'm backstage. I'm like, you guys are all.
Me too. Yeah, me too. I always think I look like shit backstage. I could win the overall, but I think I look like crap when I look around and see everyone.
Somehow.
Oh.
Yeah, like the judges always get it wrong or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know, it's weird, huh?
That's true.
That's what I would feel too. Yeah. That's how I always felt. In Toronto, for sure, I felt like.
Like when I was
thinking if I placed top 3, I'd be fucking pumped. So
when I was at the Arnold,
I look around,
I was questioning myself the whole time. I was like, why am I here? I don't belong here. I'm like, I do not fit in. I have to be like, I don't know if I've mentioned this or not in previous podcasts or not, like whatever, but I think like 3 or 4, maybe like a week, but it was 7 days before I flew out. I woke up at 2 in the morning with an anxiety attack because I woke up having a panic attack because of the show, like thinking like I'm going and I'm embarrassing myself. I was just like done with it. I woke up and I was like, I woke Allison up and she had to talk me down. My heart was racing. I was literally like having a panic attack, and I was like, I'm going to eat something. I have to eat something. I'm losing my mind. Then I was like, if I eat something, it's going to make it worse.
Yeah.
And then I'll lose my mind
Josh.
even more.
Remember one of the shows? Remember one of the Nova Scotia shows?
Yes.
You had such a bad panic attack, you couldn't do the show.
Oh, it's because I took too much drugs. That's different.
Maybe. Well, I didn't do your prep. I didn't do your prep for that one.
No, you didn't.
Yeah.
Was it?
We'll pretend.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was like,
hey, I'm low on the drug side. You know that.
Oh, for sure.
Andy knows that. that.
Yeah.
From back in the day, you know what I used to run.
Yeah.
No, my first anxiety attack I've ever had. I mean,
bodybuilding drugs.
Yeah. I was. I was a couple days out of the Nova Scotia show. I was at work, and I was exhausted. I was tired. I took Clen, ECA stack, and pre-workout, and I think like Winstrol.
Shit.
And then a half an hour later, I was lost it. I was in the middle of like training arms. I dropped the weights and I left. And I just went home
and would do it, and pre-workout.
I was just wired. My heart was racing. I didn't know. It was my first time it's ever happened to me. So it was like I didn't know what was going on. I almost took myself to the hospital. I just stuffed my face with granola bars. And like whatever I found.
As soon as you were out of the show, you probably got better, huh?
Well,
like whole panic attack.
The anxiety actually from that day. It's like never really left. If that makes sense? It's like it comes back easy now. Like I've never had it before since that day. But now that I've recognized it and I know what that feels like, it can come back easier.
Yeah. Can you control it more now though, do you find, like panic attack?
Well, yeah, I'm not as scared. I didn't realize I didn't think I know I'm not going to die.
Cuz I had them a lot through my and Jaden, my son, is going through them a lot right now, panic attacks like crazy. So they are hard to deal with. But once you get a grasp on them, you can kind of control them a little better.
So so at the time, the very first one, I was living alone. So I ended up calling somebody I was seeing. We weren't even like dating. We were just seeing. And I was like, I need to see somebody. I need help.
It was probably your wife.
It was. No, it wasn't. So then we went out and like after I started calming down, we went and got a hamburger, and then she just came back to my apartment and we just hung out just so I didn't like lose my shit. I didn't know what was happening, so I thought I was like gonna die. I realized like you got to watch me in case I don't wake up.
Yeah, panic attacks feel like that, man. They feel like you're gonna die.
It's terrifying. Yeah.
So that happened a week out from Arnold's, and I think it was just because I just didn't feel like I deserved to be there. Right?
It happened again, you mean?
Yeah, it happened like right before Arnold's.
Yeah, you didn't tell me that.
Yeah, you told me to pull trend. You're like,
well, I didn't know it to that extent.
Oh yeah, you're like, well, like we were like, I was running it, and then you're just like,
we had you on tiny. We had you on such a tiny amount.
Oh yeah, it was very very little, but we just stopped it all in general.
Amount. Yeah, like 100 milligrams. Yeah.
But we just stopped it all in general, just to be on the safe side.
Yeah. Oh, okay, yeah. I remember cutting that, but I didn't know to what extent your panic attack was.
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
Because I remember the one from the Nova Scotia show was bad.
Yeah.
Of all those things you just listed, I feel like the pre-workout is the thing that would get me the most, man. That stuff, some of that stuff they have out today is wild.
Yeah, I don't even know what it was. It was
I'll
probably
start sweating and like overthinking.
No, it would have been. Oh yeah, the pre-workout and the clan and all that mix, the ECA stack, ephedrine in there. Fuck, that would give anybody a panic attack.
Yeah, it was all.
That would give anybody a panic attack.
I get anxiety just thinking about it. Don't do that.
Yeah, I know.
I'm sweating right now. Yeah, I was like, oh man.
Yeah, like, that's a lot, man.
Yeah, I was like exhausted, burnt out, and I was like just finishing work, and I was like let's go. And then I regret that.
Get this workout in. Yeah.
But so I worked myself through that. Well, Allison helped me work through that through the Arnold's, and then it was so. Yeah, I don't know. I guess back to the original topic was like feeling worth it, like feeling that you belong at the show is a big deal. And having the confidence of being there.
Yeah.
Yeah. I never did until I was on stage. On stage, I'd always feel great. You could show it off, but backstage, I felt like I looked like shit.
I felt good for that. That was so consistent the way I looked during the week. It was never like, you know how sometimes you look like shit in the morning and then you look good at a certain time, but it was so consistent ever since the Gladiators that I knew I was going to nail this. I just knew.
Yeah.
So other shows have been like that, but like what you're describing, but not that.
That's a good feeling when you're that confident. Yeah.
Yeah, you know how you feel. Am I going to look like that? You know, am I going to look like I did at 3:00? But it was so consistent this time that I was looking the same all the time. Just small degrees of difference.
Yeah.
I was pretty confident.
I've never been that dry, so I don't know what that feels like.
I've never seen your stomach at that 20.
Dude.
Good there.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, I don't know what you're talking about. I remember there's a picture of your legs where you're standing in your kitchen.
Oh, you took that video? Yeah.
Yeah, I remember seeing and taking that photo or video, and it was just like, I've never seen anything like it in my life, and I still haven't in real life. It was like, so I don't know what you're talking about.
I wasn't that dry. I wasn't you and Alton. And
you got to find that photo. We'll put it up there because it's.
I still got that video. Yeah.
Or the video.
I know what you're talking about. That was an amazing photo. Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was a video. Josh just moved in right before that. Josh moved in with me a week before that? Not even.
Yeah,
that was
probably
peak week.
Was it a video? I feel like it was a picture, but maybe it was a video.
I remember a picture, but
there was he took a video. Yeah. I still have that video.
Okay.
In the white, I had some white undies on.
Yeah.
Shaking the legs, remember?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, can't hear you, Jamie.
Jamie would be a good one too, because I tell you about Jamie. I always admired about Jamie is his confidence and how much he enjoys the backstage, and you can see that I think he's won shows based on his confidence on stage when he steps out with such a good stage presence.
Right.
Yeah, I always admired that about him, and it's not from being cocky or anything like that. I just think he enjoys it so much.
Yeah. I remember seeing Jamie in 2000. What was it? 2007, I think. Yeah, Andy, and you did 2006 Atlantics, right? We did the same first two shows, 2005,
That's
2006.
Right.
Yeah. I think Jamie was in 2007 Atlantics. Were you, Jamie? Do you remember?
I don't know.
I can't hear you still.
Jamie's too high to make sounds right now.
Can you hear us?
Funny story talking about that. I
It was
snorted.
2006. It was 2006 or 2007 Atlantics. Jamie, I seen Jamie on stage and his hamstrings. I couldn't.
Oh, Jamie, it says you have muted yourself.
You muted yourself, Jamie. Yeah, I remember way back then, his hamstrings were insane on stage. I was like, if I could ever get hamstrings like that, which I never did, but oh well.
Josh is
well. He's got the big calves too.
Yeah, the big calves. Yeah.
He
has no weaknesses.
He
has no weaknesses.
Yeah, hang up and call back if you want to. All right. Well,
yeah,
that's better.
Yeah, me and Andy, me and you did the first.
That's better. Get that guy out of here.
We did our first two shows together, didn't we? Like our first.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
2005 and 2006. Yeah, we did. Yeah.
How's that?
St. John 2005
there we go.
and Atlantic 2006.
We got pictures back then too.
Yeah. Now all the names are messed up.
I'm sorry, buddy.
That's all good.
There we go. What did you say, Andy?
Alton was giving
I
you.
got a bunch of pictures from back then. I'll have to put them on a thumb drive and give them to you.
Alton was giving you some praise and you missed it.
Yeah, no. I want to hear it again. Let's hear it again.
No, too bad. Sorry.
Fuck.
Oh, we were just talking about your hamstrings.
Yeah,
you're talking about your hamstrings.
2007. That's the Atlantics you're talking about.
2007. Okay. Yeah.
John Whalen and I went head to head. I remember that. I remember.
And you won the middleweight, right?
Yep.
Did you win the middleweight?
What's his? Yes, I did. Yep.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. I remember that's the first time I seen you compete.
Mm-hmm.
And then we competed later on, as we know. Later on,
we did the 2009 together.
2009 together.
And then we did the glance together, right?
16 and 2016, 2018, I think.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A few shows together.
As far as you're talking about the nervousness and stuff.
Yeah.
I used to do that too. I would always look at myself and I'd leave the room and stuff, think I was just absolutely ready to go. And when I got there, look, where the fuck did everything go? It almost seemed like I wasn't as lean as what I was. But I never really took a whole lot of stock in it because I knew it was still there. It was just something I was kind of just visually not catching right now. It was just me doing it to myself. So
just dealing,
most of the times when I kind of pulled out, like the last flex when I won the overall, I had so much confidence going into that. It wasn't even funny. I felt like I knew I was going to win it, and it never slackened. It never held up like me back. I just kept going forward, and that confidence seemed to stay right with me. And then coming off of it was even more. It was like, let's get on to the gladiators. Let's go.
Right. Yeah. I remember, Andy, you were definitely had to have some confidence when you took the Atlantics there a while back.
Yeah, well, that's one of those. You know what sometimes happens is someone will sneak you some information that they know what your score is and that you're going to do pretty good.
Right.
That can really boost your confidence.
That can really help.
Yeah. I've been there before. Yeah. That does help boost it a bit.
That helps a little bit.
You mean from the morning show, Andy? You mean after you've got off the morning show?
Yeah.
I can tell you a few times too. That usually does it.
Yeah. That can make the day go a little better.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, for sure it does. Yeah.
Yeah.
You really seem to buckle it right down, don't you? Oh, I'm not moving. I'm not doing a thing. I'm not doing
Yeah. I turned it right around for the Toronto Pro. Heather sent me a video thing for the Toronto Pro and said tipped me off that she wasn't 100%, but she thought I won. Her and the other judges that she could see around me had me first, but she tipped me off. She sent me a video message.
That's awesome.
Off, so
nice.
Stay nice and dry. But I had to go against this big, massive Robin Strand character, so it didn't matter anyways. I could eat that's shit all day, and it wouldn't matter.
That's what happened with me in 2022's Atlantics. After the morning show, Greg Doucette came back to me and he's like, "This is your show." Then I was going up against Dana. Obviously, it wasn't my show.
Overall, yeah.
But it wasn't my show.
Yeah, but you were in shape by the most by far.
But I was like, Greg, don't say that.
You guys all had different stuff.
It was all very different looks. Yeah.
Dana has. Speaking of Dana, he placed third this weekend.
Yeah. He looked incredible.
Yeah, I was hoping he'd get his pro card, but I mean,
so was everybody else in the East Coast.
Yeah. So he's put in his work. He's put in the work.
Yeah. He totally made a transformation from last year to this year for sure.
Yeah. That show he was in with you though, I mean, you outconditioned everyone in that show.
Right.
But hands
down. You always do. You always do though, but I mean,
you're the leanest guy in every damn show.
Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah.
It's sick.
Thanks.
Gladiators. Muscles were really popular with that gladiator, But,
yeah, thanks. That one, we nailed that one right on.
Bubbly.
The last couple years we really nailed.
I was going to say that too. The Atlantics, Josh, you were bang on the Atlantics. I mean, it was anybody else but Dana there. Anybody else but Dana would have took that.
Yeah, which was annoying.
You know what I'm
like Mario looked great too. I had Mario in the show too. He looked great in that show. You saw him in person too, Josh.
Yeah, Mario. I was like,
but your condition was your condition was insane. Like you guys all had different things.
We're all very different.
Mario and Dana in the overall, So but your condition
was being confident.
You always outcondition everyone,
right? But even going back to being confident backstage at the Gladiators, I was like, when we were going for the Masters, And I was just like, "There's no way." I was like, "There's no way." I was looking at the other like Mario and like Alton there, and I was like, "There's no way." I was like, "Yeah."
I was there with you.
Jamie. I was like, I don't know. It's like I don't
We're
know
all
what he's. Yeah, I was like, "There's no way I'm taking." I was like, "It's one of those guys." I was like, I was just mentally getting ready for third. I was like, so it was like a surprise. Like we don't really know. We're super hard on ourselves, and it could go any way.
That's the truth. You have no idea what they're going to be looking for, right?
Right. So like like if people
I got tipped off for your show actually. I got tipped off that you won Masters. I got tipped off that Alton won Grandmasters too. I told his wife. Right?
Yeah, you told his wife. Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah. That's funny.
Sorry, maybe I shouldn't be saying this, but yeah.
You won't get tipped off anymore.
Yeah.
when you know the judges, I guess. Yeah.
But you held it together during the show, which what matters.
Yeah. This is a long time after.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Jamie, tell them you almost killed a walker up there. I almost never made it to my competition.
Almost killed a walker. Oh God, you know what? He's a great guy and everything, but you just got we had to sleep in shifts. We had to sleep in shifts because his poor old guy. He forgot his apnea machine. He was snoring a lot.
Who are you talking about?
And Elton up in Toronto.
Okay.
Oh.
So I got a couple of clips because I had to document in case he dies. I didn't kill him. And if you could see the videos, I was standing over top of him for a good minute, waiting for him to breathe. Well, not that long, but he and it's just the noise that's coming out of him. I was thinking about getting a pen, maybe waiting for him to turn. I was going to have to kill him. I thought he was turned into a walker.
Like Walking Dead.
Yes, yeah.
Walker.
The noise.
Oh man.
The noises. I figured for sure he was turning. He was turning for sure.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
We've already had too much of that last year, Josh.
Yeah. Yeah. That was horrible.
Yeah. That was
wild.
Horrible.
That could be a topic for another one.
Yeah, we'll save that for another one. Yeah.
That's a long one. But yeah. I got a couple questions from Instagram people.
Let's do it.
What do you, for bodybuilders like us, how do we handle walking around every day with such large legs? And how do we deal with chafing?
Good question.
I'm not
when I had big legs, when I used to have big legs and I trained them, I used to wear like those little spandex that came down low.
Right.
Yeah. For chafing. Or I'd have to walk with my legs out. Or they
like kind of like you like waddle a little bit.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that makes Yeah.
Well, that's what I used to do for a living for 11 years. Walk every day.
Right.
So with my hamstrings almost touch in the back, right from the sides.
Yeah.
So if it was like a little wet or muggy or anything, I would chafe really bad. Yeah. So I did that for 8 years. Other than baby powder, there's nothing you can do about it.
Yeah.
You just kind of have to deal with it and be proud that it's happening, I guess.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Be proud you get big enough legs that it's happening.
Yeah.
So.
Andy likes the chafing apparently.
Stretchy skinny jeans is how I do it nowadays.
Yeah, that's how I do it nowadays. Yeah.
It does seem to help.
Skinny jeans.
Oh, yeah. Makes sense. Yeah,
it does.
That's awesome.
It's like we're in spandex all the time.
Yeah, great. Feels good.
Yeah.
Someone else wanted to know if you're single, and you're competing for a competition, how do you shave your back? What do you do? How do you shave your legs? If you don't have somebody?
My back, I just get my mom to do it.
Oh, okay.
If I was
get my
single,
mom or my buddy to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That works too. Like some
Or
like
I've never
like
been
a
single.
family member
I've never
or
been single
someone.
before. For a
Elton
show,
owes
so I
me.
don't know.
Devin.
Elton owes me now, so Elton for the next one, maybe.
Yeah. Yeah.
Andy, what would you do?
Oh man, if you're single, you should have no problem finding someone to do that
I
for you.
shaved
Yeah,
Andy's a few times, I think.
Yeah, I think so.
I've done your back once,
Yeah.
Devin.
We've all shaved each other's back. Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I would put an ad on Craigslist and I would get someone to pay me to shave my back.
Yeah.
They'd probably like
That's a
pay
good
you.
one.
Someone would probably pay you money to shave
Yeah, I
your
think I know
back
a
for
few
you.
guys that would probably be into that.
Yeah. So
That's a
I
good
would
one,
probably
yeah,
I
yeah.
could probably make money maybe a few times during prep. Maybe $50 or
That's a pretty
something.
good idea.
And like,
Pay
hey,
for, like,
you get your back
pay for
shaved and you're making like
taxi.
$50.
Yeah. You pay for the
Probably.
taxi to the venue and back,
Yeah.
maybe.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
can
I
record
think
it and
I
put it
might-
on your OnlyFans
Yes.
Yeah.
Along with this, yeah.
along with this.
Yeah, Josh shaved my back because he was living with me at that time.
Well, it's
When
part
he
of
was
my
very
rent,
first
part of the
gladiator.
deal.
That was part of it, yeah. That was part of rent.
He wasn't even competing.
Shave my back every
You
2 weeks, and
Pimped yourself
good.
out.
yeah.
My girlfriend had to sit in the corner and watch at the time.
yeah. Yeah. Shit.
So yeah, I think it
Fun
might be at
time.
the time.
Fun times.
Yeah. What else? There's what do you guys consider? When do you consider someone to be a bodybuilder?
I consider them to be a bodybuilder.
For sure, if they compete.
Yeah.
If they
Yeah,
compete,
if they
for sure, yeah.
Would that be just a competitive
But-
bodybuilder or a bodybuilder?
A bodybuilder.
I think anybody that tries to make their body
competitive.
You have to live the lifestyle. They don't have to compete, but they have to live the lifestyle. Eat right,
Yeah.
try to build your
That's what
body.
yeah.
Right.
Yeah, they want to
Yeah.
be. Yeah, they want to be.
Yeah.
trying
Because
to
you can
change
just go
their
to the
body.
gym and just work out and move weights around. But are you a bodybuilder? Probably.
No,
No, you have
No.
to have the in the
Yeah,
right
look
I agree.
different.
structure.
I agree with what Alton said. You don't have to necessarily compete, but you got to build your body.
Yeah.
Right.
And
with
you have to
nutrition and training and the whole nine. Yeah.
you have to be
Yeah.
kind of the lifestyle of it somewhat.
You have to
Gotta
live
be
the
some progress
lifestyle.
there.
Live the lifestyle. Like
Yeah.
just
you have
because
to start-
you like play with clay doesn't mean you're an artist. You're a sculptor. But once you start,
if you're going
adding.
you have to do nutrition, you're going out every night and drinking after, you're not a bodybuilder. I've done that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't
Cool.
I don't consider myself a bodybuilder right now, at all.
Right. So you think you can kind of come in and out of it? You be.
Yeah, I think I was a bodybuilder. Right now, no, not yet. I mean, my
So you
goal-
trained shoulders
back
last
to
week.
that.
What did you? Was that it?
No, I did full body. I did chest, back.
Oh,
shoulders,
congratulations!
arms, legs. Yeah.
And what?
So I did everything.
Your
Yeah.
and your
But I'm
focus
still
was
not
to
there.
build-
A week of working out doesn't consider me a bodybuilder.
No,
You're
but like
getting toned
the,
right
the-
now.
The mindset is your
I'm just-
beard is
I'm
getting
just
leaner.
trying to get
I
back.
see it.
In the game.
I'm still,
My beard's
I still
getting leaner,
consider
but-
you,
Yeah.
You vary
still
your
consider
strength.
you a bodybuilder.
Of course.
You vary
Yeah.
your different, yeah.
I think you've
Well,
earned
maybe
that
I-
title.
Yeah.
Maybe I've earned it a bit, but
Yeah.
in my mind, I'm still not a bodybuilder till I'm back to building my body. If you know what I mean.
Right. Yeah.
You're just in a bit of a
But I'll be back soon. Yeah.
You're
just a layoff.
harder.
I'll be
You're
back
harder
soon.
on yourself than anyone, though, Devin. Too. You're the guy that just said you're backstage when you won the show and you thought you looked like shit. So you're hard on yourself.
Yeah.
You're still a bodybuilder, no matter because you trained last week and what were you trying to do? Build. You're a bodybuilder.
Yeah.
It's your status doesn't leave you just because you left for a little bit. You're still a bodybuilder.
Yeah. Yeah.
100%.
I see that. I can see that too. Yeah.
100%.
It's just us.
Yeah.
It's just being hard on yourself, right? You're not giving yourself enough credit.
Mm.
Yeah. So we have sometimes
Yeah.
in life we have little setbacks, right? Doesn't take away of
Yeah.
who we are.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's
Yeah,
just
I've
my
never
thoughts.
been like No, I've never been like that. I've always been. I think that's why I did well in bodybuilding. I was never
Satisfied.
satisfied, and I was never happy with my results ever. I was always trying to build something else up. Always trying to work on something in life or as my body. Yeah, so I think that's why I did all right in bodybuilding.
Yeah.
That's probably why we all do good, because we all have that same mindset.
Yeah.
We're never satisfied, right? Yeah.
Always looking at
there's
what
just
we can
something
build
broken
better.
inside of me that I'm trying to fix, and it's just I don't know. There's just something. There's only one thing I'm good at, and this is it. So why not?
Yeah, right. And podcast.
You gotta realize, Josh, you're top tier.
Okay, Josh.
You're fantastic.
Well, thanks. Let's take just like everyone else. Took fucking years
Definitely
to get
top
here,
tier.
right?
Yeah. It's a work in progress, right? It takes a long time, right? When did you start? When did you start, right?
Yeah, like
2010-ish. When did you
competing was
when did you meet me?
2013.
Mm-hmm.
2010 I met you, I think.
2010. But you competed right after that, shortly after.
It was the St. John Fall Classic 2013. Yeah.
It was 13.
Adam and I were on stage together.
Yeah. Adam Ramsey. I coached him too.
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember that. That was way back in the day. 10 years ago. But I mean, my first shows, I was with Andy on stage back in 2005, and I wasn't winning any overalls and shit back then.
No.
I mean, even in 2006 Atlantics, I couldn't even win junior class. So it takes years to get up there.
It takes years.
Right. That's like
I started in 93, and it was 2017 before I won my first overall. Like, that's a long fucking time.
Yeah.
That's like when people come up to me and they're like, oh yeah, like I'm gonna start competing. Or like I plan on getting my pro card in a couple years, or I'm gonna be on the Olympia stage. I'm like, no, you're not.
Yeah.
No.
I get a lot of that too. Yeah.
I'm like, I wanna do my show, and then I'm thinking I'm gonna do the Torontos next year, and then hopefully I'll probably be in the Gladiators in 2 years coming. I'm like, you haven't even done one show yet, man. I'm like, you're not gonna be in the Gladiators.
Very hard to take those people serious.
They just don't really.
Those are the ones who don't do very well. Those are the ones who don't do very well because they're not very critical on themselves. Yeah. They're not critical at all of themselves. Yeah. And if you're not critical of yourself in this sport, you're gonna get eaten alive.
Yeah. Alton, do you remember your first show? What was that? Do you remember what that was like?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, that was I think it was 1992 or 93, the Moncton Invitational. Me and my cousin Corey competed in that show. Jamie probably remembers the year better than I do. Remembers that stuff.
I know Corey.
You might have competed.
Elton, didn't you compete?
I competed with Corey twice.
Yeah,
twice. Yeah.
I competed that year too, Elton, in '93. I think so.
Yeah. Funny back then, it was all. Think about protein back then. It was all carbs. All we thought it was carbs, and even I think even between the prejudges and then we ate spaghetti, and we were well overweight. But
they were smart.
Were you nervous at all? Were you going in? Were you just like, you just didn't care? You're just like, oh, this is awesome. I'm doing this once and that's it.
No, I was nervous back then. I remember that. Yeah. We used to have a lot of fun when we were kids, like 16, go around to high schools and pose. We had no muscle. Corey had a pretty good, pretty good, but the rest of us no. But we were just going around our pose and trunks. And before me, Corey and Kenny and them used to even go to the local bars around here. And underage wine. They pose with their trunks and
that's
all go.
Corey and
Kenny. That's
Corey
hilarious.
And Ken,
oh man, you get arrested today. Holy shit.
Yeah.
I remember when Elton and speaking of Corey and Elton, I remember when they were young, and this is what I seen when I was young too. It was two guys on with two really skimpy tank tops, and they look like they probably were 18 or 19, so I was 16 or 15 or 16. But man, both him and Corey, they looked like tanks. They're like 230. I thought they were like just almost the size of big pros, right?
Right.
That was the difference in all of us back then. They were big boys, and I was really, I looked up to them too. They kind of brought me along the way they looked and what I wanted to be and what I wanted to look like.
Well, around here on the man, was Kenny Black. Kenny Black was the
oh yeah,
you know, he was the top dog here. He brought bodybuilding and fitness. And then I was thinking Corey, Neil Schofield. We followed Kenny right after that. We were the next tier down, the next younger, and then Jamie, Dion, crowd, and
coming behind them.
Yeah. You see the flat, the pans, the real good guys, but we've outlasted Jamie and I, a lot of those guys, right?
And what do you suppose that is?
Just the love of it, right?
Yeah, we no matter what, we just want to keep going, whether it's with a family or with a knot or a stressful job. Or we just want to still keep doing it. So we do, and everything levels out, and you keep going. And
I always think you can be a little bit better.
Corey was I was lucky enough to compete with Corey twice and Ken twice, and Coach Neil. Yeah, great guys. Ken used to come in so grainy hard, man. Ken Black. Grainy hard. Oh.
Yeah.
Definition of cool, Kenny. He defined the word cool.
He did.
Yeah. He was the coolest motherfucker ever. Ken. He was. Yeah. He wore at the Gladiator show, the first Gladiator, he wore sunglasses to the press conference.
Yeah, I remember that.
Remember that?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. He was cool as shit, man. Ken was the man.
Yeah. That's how he was going to do. He said, "Well, I didn't come here to lose."
Yeah. He was so hard that show. Man, he should have placed higher that show, I think, too. That Gladiator.
Yeah, I had just competed against him in 2014. We did the St. John, then went over to the New Brunswicks, and he got me both times. I thought I did actually get him in the New Brunswicks, but he got me, and we come back. That was 2014, 2016 for the Gladiators. I couldn't believe the change in him. He actually
he looked crazy, man.
It looked like he grew 20 pounds.
That's awesome.
He looked insane. I would have had him higher in that show.
Me too.
I had Ken higher for sure. Yeah.
Especially
Especially backstage. Looking at Ken backstage, I was like, "There's no way I'm going to beat this motherfucker." He looks fucking. He's so dry and grainy. I was like, he looks insane. Yeah. That Gladiator show. I would have had him like fourth for sure. In that one.
Yeah.
That was a big show too, right? That was a huge show.
Yeah.
He played sixth, I think, in that one, but I would have had him definitely maybe third, but I don't want to put him above me.
He just one of those guys. Like if he walks in the room, everybody gravitated toward him. Like you part the room for Ken. I was just one of those people.
Yeah, really though. Yeah, he was a cool cat. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I agree.
We used to train at the old fitness warehouse here, and he used to drive with this little small car, a red Renault car. And him and me would be training, and after we were done, me and Corey and Jeffrey was the guy who used to train with us. We'd go pick his car up and shove it up against a snow bag. So small, and him and Neil would come out and
there's a lot of these stories. He told me stuff on the week. He's as good as telling stories as I am because he has so many episodes like this. And these are funny old stories. Because we're all old. We're just a little older, Alton, than the rest of these.
That's awesome. Cool. No, where are we at? Yeah, we're getting on an hour and a half. That's pretty.
Close to the same age, and he went to the Nationals, got third, and I kind of followed his footsteps. I think he was beating the same age, and
he did.
I always have that little sense of tradition and stuff in my mind for some reason.
Yeah.
No, excellent. Before we wrap it up here, I'm gonna throw up. Alton, can I throw up your? I'm gonna put up your Instagram page for a second.
Yeah, I don't go on Instagram much, but
It's okay. Yeah, there's a couple really cool. I don't. There's no Toronto Pro Show pictures on there.
No, I'll put them up.
Just like people that are watching, they're like, we're talking so much about you, then we're not actually seeing what you look like. So like,
Instagram bodybuilding.
Get those freaky underground basement ones, man.
Yeah. those dungeon ones.
The dungeon ones, they're crazy.
Yeah.
Holy shit! Look at that.
Oh, that's a great shot. Look at that.
Wow. Yeah. That's crazy, man. Dry. Lean, dry. Wow.
No, that's pretty sick.
Yeah.
There we go.
I would say so. Wow.
My question is, did you hit your, like the veins on that? It's wild, dude.
When
So
I
this
said
was-
he looked like Rich Gasperi, there was more veins than that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
I bet in person he looked way better, huh, Jamie?
Oh, it was like he get out of the sunbed.
Holy shit. When's that from?
Right. This was Atlantic, was
Gladiators.
it? Gladiators?
That was Gladiator? Yeah. How
Yeah, that's
grainy
the
it
big,
looks.
that was the look I was going for there.
Right.
Your
The
legs
crazy-
your legs were definitely, quads were better than ever, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
That's what I would say, yeah.
See, when you walk, your legs are definitely
year.
rubbing together.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like, look at
You're definitely
that.
using baby powder.
And we found when he opened up his legs, like and opened it up on like just an open up pose with his legs, it just absolutely shredded everything.
Oh, yeah.
It was unbelievable when he did that.
Yeah.
That was from a couple
Yeah, he
years
looked
ago. I was a
crazy
little-
at the...
Yeah, you look a little different in this picture.
I was a little bit too carved up too much there.
Right.
I was a bit
Like
more-
you could go back to this one.
I seen you this year at the Gladiator in person. And you
that.
look
Yeah, it's
fantastic.
a bit
Yeah, you look
different.
crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and there. Oh, what one's that? That's 6 or
That's
so.
Made the underground.
That's a couple years.
Go to one of the dungeon ones. Dungeon, Josh. Downstairs dungeon. We need one of those ones. They were crazy.
Yeah. I think I have two Instagram accounts. One's the Dungeon Bodybuilder, and this one here is
This is the only one
There
I
it
have.
is, right beside the Gladiator there, Josh. That one.
This one, the double bicep, the front double.
That's a dungeon.
Yeah,
That's a
that's
dungeon.
the dungeon.
Nice.
One.
How long ago was that out?
oh, that was that 2020, 21 maybe. I don't know. So
Oh,
whatever
yeah.
COVID was.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's another. Yeah, you
that
can
was-
definitely see you put size on since this picture. Yeah, this is 2021.
Man, I don't know if I've seen anybody's serratuses that grainy looking and just
I know.
little tiny slices all the way through. Just
Right.
Yeah.
It's just and
It's
as it got
wild.
drier and drier, it was wild.
Yeah.
Wild.
That quarter
Should have
turn
some-
looks great pose. Yeah.
Yeah.
Really good.
When your
That was
arms
back in the
are
day, that
when your
one.
arms are as
I know.
big as your waist, yeah, you got something going
I still
on.
got
there.
that. I still got that pic on my phone. I remember that one. That was back in the
I
day.
think COVID really hurt me that time. I think I was hit my peak right there when COVID.
Yeah.
hit.
We hit it a
But
little
I still-
early. That was that COVID one, huh? Yeah. That was the back and forth COVID.
Is that the one that got canceled or the one that still went on and?
Yeah, and I
Canceled.
tried to stay lean all the way through it, and it threw. I like these pics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, for the first Gladiator that got canceled, you were looking insane, man.
Yeah, I would have. I think I.
Look at those arms. Look at those arms.
Jesus Christ.
That's
Yeah,
amazing.
we measured them Saturday morning. They were 21.
Are they really? No way. At the day of the show?
Yep, right in the
21.
show. 21. Yep. Okay, go on to
That's-
something else.
Yeah.
That's
Wow,
that's incredible.
Wow.
No, we're joking. We're joking, but they are big.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
They look
Yeah,
here
man.
from the side, the bicep. Kind of thing.
Triceps, huge triceps too.
yeah.
It was fun.
Yeah, man.
I think those pics are good.
I'm
Like,
so
that's
impressed
nuts.
with your I'm so impressed with your quads, man, this year. Like your quads
yeah.
came up a lot. I'm very impressed with
Yep.
those. A lot.
And I stopped squatting. I stopped. I
You know
used to
what?
Stop squatting.
I used all
That
the steam, the pure, everything.
Your quads look completely different this year.
Yeah.
I found. Yeah.
When I stopped barbell squatting or back squatting, that's when my legs started to grow.
Yeah, that's.
I haven't done them in 10 years or more.
Right. Like I might throw squats in every now and then, but like when I used to squat consistently, and then
Jamie
as soon
can't
as I
do
pulled
back
it,
squats because his hamstrings
What's
are too
that?
fucking big. I said Jamie
I
can't do
still-
back squats because his hamstrings are too fucking big.
I do some
Andy and
front
I-
squats.
yeah, front squats are good.
Front squats,
Front
yeah.
squats.
I remember Andy
Yeah.
and I used to squat together uptown. That was fun. We'd have to strip the bar every time I got underneath of it, but that's okay.
Andy, do you still squat or
No, I don't squat anymore. Not at all.
no?
I'll do leg
Yeah.
press. That's about it.
That's funny that a lot of bodybuilders,
Yeah.
as they get up there in age, stop squatting.
I think we
hear
realize
that a lot.
it's not a necessity
Yeah, and it's
to,
done.
No.
to put your
And
body through that.
we've already built, yeah, and we've already built some good size. I mean,
Right.
we're just
I
putting our
think-
back and stuff under strain at
Yeah.
this point,
Yeah.
lower back and stuff.
I think it's a necessity when you're like starting, like
Yeah,
when you're
me
coming
too.
up and you're like trying to build the thickness and the size and like really like the density, the hard dense muscle.
Yeah,
But once you got
Yeah.
to a particular point in your physique, I think you can grow without them,
Yeah.
yeah.
which is
Yeah, me too.
because
Like
I think you can grow. I think you can grow a lot off anything really these days. 'Cause,
Yeah.
like when COVID hit, I really realized that. Like I would make I didn't have any weight at first, right? Like a lot of people didn't have weight at first when the gyms closed,
yeah.
and so I had to make my light weight feel super heavy, and I was still like keeping my size, and I had
Yeah.
barely any weight, right? So I feel like if you make lightweight feel heavy, you can still.
Well,
The
that's
mind
almost,
connection, right?
yeah, that's almost
Yeah.
the whole purpose of bodybuilding is taking the lightest weight and making it heavy as possible and getting the most
Yeah.
muscle contraction. We're not power lifters, so we don't want to be pushing the stupid weight for like a couple reps.
Yeah.
So I think when we're looking at hypertrophy training, it's making like lightweight real hard. And
Yeah,
then
especially when you have the
contracting.
size already.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially when you already have the size over like years of bodybuilding and
Yeah.
competitive bodybuilding and whatnot. I mean,
Speaking
after that, I don't think you have to go super heavy after
Yeah.
that anymore. When
So-
you have that
Speak-
muscle density.
speaking of lightweights, I actually did 5-pound dumbbell curls tonight.
Hell yeah.
Nice, buddy.
It's-
Nice.
It's
And-
feeling
how'd that feel?
really good too. Really good.
Pain-free?
Oh, felt
Yeah.
good. Pain free. Nothing. I mean, I'm not going to push it,
Awesome.
but that was fun to do that.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah.
Awesome, man. Good job.
I got
That's how much that
one
beer-
last. Oh, what's that, Andy?
What?
What were you
I
saying?
thought how much that beer weighed you drank the other night, 5 pound.
Yeah, yeah.
We don't drink. Remember?
No.
No, this is a non-drinking show.
We had
Yeah.
I think
No
we had,
triggers.
like, two 20-ounce beers together, and we led each other home. So we were pretty drunk off of
That's
two.
great.
No, we weren't. Yeah. Was it Alton 22-ounce beers? Yeah, a couple of them. We never
And the
drank in a long
orange.
while.
Yeah, nice. I had one other question here, but one last question from like the Instagram peoples. Since we're all kind of dating back, I would consider us kind of like old school bodybuilders. We've been in it for a while. What are we thinking about how people are training today? Like, you know, the Instagram way or the social media way, like everything's so science based. You know, you gotta have your form's gotta be perfect. You gotta do everything's all the reps are timed. Everything is just like the machines are so particular and you have to do exercises in certain ways. Like everything is so like almost so complicated now, and it almost makes bodybuilding very confusing for a lot of new people that are starting.
I think the way people train is better than how we used to train. We used to, like, when I used to train, we all used to train back in the day, heavy as possible. Fuck the form. Heavy weights. I mean, I think focusing more on form is better. I mean, not videoing every set you do. necessarily, but I mean, these days I think the form is better. I think using lighter weight so you're not injured when you're 30
Yeah.
is much better. Yeah.
Yeah.
But,
I think
Trend,
that
yeah.
the more
trend that I'm
you
seeing
keep
now
train.
is these young fellas. I see little groups of them now, and they kind of remind me of the Trend Twins. You see a little
Okay. Yeah.
clump of guys, and they just load it up, and they're going wild. And I'm kind of like, yeah, okay, why don't you hurt yourself?
Yeah.
Probably
Yeah.
not the best way to do it, but it is kind of nice to see the intensity with the young
Right.
fellas
Yeah, that's
again.
what I was going to say. Well, I think I did it, and I had a lot of fun with it. So I would never discourage. I think there's a time and place for everything, and if you're young and you're having fun, that gets you in the gym. Go do it, and then after a while, once, like Devin said, you get more advanced. You want to get into bodybuilding, you got to fine tune the muscle and make hit certain muscle groups. That's when to focus on the isolation movements. But like I have a son there, 15-year-old, and I don't really tell him perfect form or anything like, or 17-year-old. I don't tell him perfect form or anything like that. I just want him to go to the gym, have fun,
Right.
do enough
Yeah.
that he doesn't hurt himself, so he'll go back the next day. And he likes to lift a little bit heavy and hard, and I think it's great. And then someday down
Yeah,
the road,
exactly.
when he's got a base built, just like me, I'm not going to grow anymore, but if I can do a little bit of mind muscle connection and isolate things, that's the time to do it. But I see guys now at the gym kind of bugs me. They train these kids,
Yeah.
so they do one arm things and one legged things, and their legs are this big around now.
Right.
Just
Yeah.
go ahead.
Mm.
It doesn't have to be perfect. You're trying to build your whole body anyway. So if you're doing
Yeah.
bent over rows and you're hitting part of your shoulder, they need the shoulder big area anyway. Have some fun. Do what you
Yeah.
like to do in the gym the next day.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, I think especially when you're starting out,
You're
form is
starting
really important. But I think also like learning, like not really relying on like a lot on like machines and whatnot. I like getting the basic movements down. Like when was the
Yeah.
last time you walked into a gym and you seen somebody doing a bent over barbell row? Like
When you're starting out, I don't think isolation movements are the
No.
key. I think
yeah,
no.
we have to build a base first, right? And Jamie's
Yeah, you got to build a
disappeared,
base first
but-
with compound movements, right?
Yeah.
I would say that, like for a beginner, for sure,
Yeah.
doing compound movements is definitely
yeah.
definitely key.
Even
And
though
then
it's probably
maybe
one of the most
isolation.
complicated things to
I
do,
find-
but
Yeah, and I find compound
But
movements
still.
are always a big part of it. You don't have to go as heavy as back in
No.
the day that I used to go, right?
right.
Like
Yeah.
I still find compound movements really good all through your career, bodybuilding career, really.
Oh, for sure. I don't think it ever should leave.
Yeah.
But
No, I think it's always going to be a key. I just
There's new style.
I think a lot of us go too heavy with bad form in our 20s.
There's one new exercise I can't get. I don't know what it's building, but there's quite a thing around here. When they deadlift, no matter how much weight
Mhm.
it is, they drop it from their knees to the floor and then pick it up again. I don't understand what that.
oh, I haven't seen that one yet.
Just pick it up and drop it from the knees, whether it's a plate or 3 plates. And I don't get what that grows.
They drop
Right.
it from their knees. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I don't know what it is. Just bang, hit the floor every time.
Just to make
And then-
make noise, I guess. Get some
I think
eyes
so.
on them.
I think.
Yeah.
They must
They're
have seen
pretty
it on YouTube or something. I have no idea. That's weird.
Yeah. They want you to look over at them, Alton. They want you to look
Yeah.
over at them.
Well, I do.
They're trying to get your attention.
Participate.
Yep.
My phone died. So
all
I got
good.
it plugged in. I got no headphones because
No, you
it won't
sound all
lock
right.
in. Just as long as you don't hear nothing in the background.
Yeah, don't sound too bad. We should
We're good.
we could call her quits anyway, boys. It's getting late.
All right.
Yeah, sounds
buddy.
good.
Thanks for having
Oh.
us.
Good seeing you.
You
What
too.
what about getting together?
Yeah. Who wants to come down to St. John?
I'll do it.
Mario wants to join us too. You know
Mario wants
Cormier.
yeah. Mario wants to.
He wants to join us in St. John, so he'll come down. So
Yeah, he messaged me too to let him know.
you guys.
We're in.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're in.
When?
Whenever you're good for, man.
I got to travel
You're
the
the furthest.
farthest.
This week's shit for me because I'm selling my house.
I was just
Next
going to
week
say
I'm good.
this.
Next week I'm good.
All right. I was going to say, how about this weekend? But all right, that's fine.
Yeah.
No, this weekend works.
right.
I'll do whenever, man.
I'll let you know when I have. I have this weekend off, but that doesn't work. So I'll let you know when
Okay.
when I can.
What about you,
schedule
Alton?
it.
Yeah, as long as it's not this weekend. I just got back from Toronto. I got to spend some family time.
Yeah, you guys. Yeah, we want to. You guys need to recover a little bit.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
I'll be
A
good.
few
I'll be
weekends,
good whenever
couple
after that.
weekends.
Yeah. Sounds good to me.
Yeah.
And I got a
Andy,
gym
you're
here
in?
too, so
Hey, Briggs, you in?
Andy's in.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can go into St. John there. It's a short drive.
Well,
Yeah.
Can we crash
Andy,
at
we
your
gotta get
place?
a workout in beforehand. Let's get a workout in before this too.
Can we
I'll
crash
grab
at
my place. No
Can we-
problem.
Come over to
crash at
my
your place,
come over to my gym. My
We'll all
home gym.
we'll all go over to Andy's and eat and film it and be ridiculous and.
We can
Give
do
me a
some
couple
good
more
pole
weeks,
moves
maybe.
downstairs too.
Oh
What's
yeah,
that?
we gotta do that
We
too.
can go to the
Yeah.
pole studio. We can go into
Pole
Amy's
workout.
studio and get some good pictures and stuff.
Yeah, let's do that.
sounds good.
I don't know about
I gotta
I don't know
start-
about pictures, but
I gotta start dieting.
I gotta start training. I gotta
Everybody,
start everything.
start training.
I gotta start training too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're getting fat.
Unless we're
Sounds
just
good.
gonna show legs.
Oh,
Yeah.
all right. Well,
Barry, he's a freak strength.
it's okay. Not this weekend, but I'll see what I can do for the next coming ones.
We'll figure it out. We'll film it too and stuff, and we'll get it all on
It'll
here.
be fun.
Yeah. Awesome.
Sounds good.
Awesome, boys.
All right, boys. You have a good
All right,
night.
gentlemen, have a good week.
You
Fantastic.
too.
Love you guys.
See you.
Jim.
See ya.
Later.